Welcome back to Love Art at Home stop motion tutorials. This is an extension to our last video on LEGO tips and tricks. If you haven't seen that video, I recommend you do so before watching this one. In this video, we'll be teaching you how to remove wire rigs from your animations. If you remember in the LEGO stop motion tutorial, we used wire for some actions with the minifigure. For example, making them fly and also doing a front flip. Also mentioned, as we get more advanced, we'll be able to remove the wire rig from our animations, so it makes it look like they're going all by themselves. And today we're going to be learning how to do that. Again, we're going to be using Stop Motion Studio, but we're also going to be purchasing the Paint tool for Stop Motion Studio as well. The Paint tool allows us to edit select frames of our film, allows us to draw on them, and also erase things that we don't want. So we're going to be using this to remove the wire on our animations. Now you can purchase the Paint tool for 79p. Alternatively, you can get the Stop Motion Studio Pro pack for £5, which gives you access to additional tools such as green screen and sound effects. But for this tutorial, you're only going to need the Paint tool. So here I've got the flying animation I did for the last video. As you can see here, I've used some wire to make Batman fly across the city. Now what I want to do for this is remove the wire. So the first thing to do is film your animation. But then after you've filmed all your frames, make sure you have one frame without the figure and the wire in. So this is sort of going to be your blank frame that you're going to use to mask over the wire. Try to keep the lighting consistent as you animate. This is because the lighting could be different between the masking frame and the rest of the animation, making it more easy to spot when you actually erase the wire, and in turn makes the animation look less like it's moving on its own. Next, in Stop Motion Studio, we're going to look for one of the frames that has wire on, and we're going to tap it, and then we're going to tap in the top right the erase button, and it will take us to this menu here. Now in the top right we've got a few buttons. We've got an eraser with a minus, so basically if we erase over the top of this, it's going to remove the image. However, the eraser with the plus on it will add stuff back that we've gotten rid of. So you can see me doing that here, for example. Now the rectangle in the top right lets us select a frame to mask. So we're going to tap this, then we're going to go to the start or end of the animation, wherever you have the blank frame with nothing on, and tap that, and that's going to be the frame we're using to mask. To put it simply, whatever we erase on the image in front of us is going to show the image behind whatever we erase. So what we're going to do is use our eraser and just get rid of the rig. Just tap our finger on the screen and rub it all out. In the top right corner, you can change the size of the eraser. So if you want to get rid of big stuff and focus on small areas, you can change it to what suits you. You can also pinch the screen inwards and outwards to zoom in and really focus on those specific areas. Now you can tap at the top middle to select different frames of the animation, and you can keep erasing all the bits you see the wire in until the animation is completely wire free. Make sure you're happy what you've done with the current frame before you switch to another one, as once you've switched, you won't be able to undo anything on the frame you were editing beforehand. And then the animation should come out like this, and it'll look like the figure is flying all by itself. Let's try the same thing with a minifigure doing the front flip in the air. Now in the LEGO video before, I did a front flip using some wire, but I didn't get a blank frame, so I'm going to shoot a new one here. When it came to doing the flip in the air, I used some wire and some blue tack attached to the LEGO figure's back to keep the LEGO figure suspended in the air while it does a flip. And it also lets me do a higher and longer jump than I would have done with the studs alone. So using the same principles as the jump, I've managed to make a somersault of a LEGO figure doing a flip in the air, and as you can see the wire is keeping it suspended as it does its flip. Now at the end of this I made sure to take a blank frame with nothing on it that I could use to mask underneath. So that way when I remove the wire from the image, it will just show the bits of the image underneath without anything on. Now if you do any mess ups with the erasing, don't worry. In the top left corner there is an undo button to undo anything, and you can also use the eraser with the plus sign on it to bring back any bits that you didn't want to erase. These tools will be especially useful as sometimes it can be a bit tricky to get rid of the smaller bits of wire that are on the image. So now I've removed all the rig and the animation comes out like this. As you can see, it looks like the figure's jumping all by itself. Thank you very much for watching. We hope this tutorial proves very useful in your own LEGO animations. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.